Greetings, everyone. We were in the past doing live shows on YouTube, but the quality of the videos, maybe it's because of my laptop, they were not good because the video was not clear. Because I'm using a laptop, my phone does not really give me enough options to do live on YouTube. So this is why we do on Facebook, which Facebook does allow us. You'll realize that some of the videos that we post will have had a live discussion on Facebook. We will try once again to see if the quality of the video will improve. We've brought some lights to see if we'll be able to improve. If indeed the quality improves, we will then resume our live discussions also on YouTube, because it is easier to engage, so that we then deal immediately with the questions that arise, as opposed to then follow up on the questions that have been asked after we've recorded a video. We are concluding on the questions that were asked when we're doing live on Facebook. There's some 3 or 4 questions that need clarity. The first question is from Mbongeni Kotongasvinde, who's asking about the V list, and is asking whether the the ban is only, the application to lift the ban is only done in Harare at the South African Embassy. If you are given a V list, it means you have been prevented from entering South Africa. So you cannot apply for such in South Africa, because we are not allowed in the first place to enter South Africa. Because say you are going out of South Africa, then you are given a V list, maybe overstayed or whatever reasons, you are already going out, so you are not expected to come back until you clear this ban at the South African Embassy in Harare. Or if you are coming into South Africa, you get refused the entry, it means you are not coming to South Africa. Because if you are refused the entry, you then come illegally and then want to apply for the lifting of the ban in South Africa when you were refused entry at the Beitbridge border post, or any other border post for that matter. It will not work. So this is why you apply in Harare, because the expectation is that you are in Zimbabwe or in your country of origin, because you have been refused the entry. For those flying, if you get to the airport, because your country's airport will allow you to fly through, but when you get to OR Tambo, any South African international airport, you are told that you cannot enter South Africa. You are immediately returned back to your country of origin. So you cannot therefore apply for the lifting of the ban in South Africa. Comrade Dumolo Hlentulike is asking about the people that paid for waivers and the other for waivers, because the ZEP holders are still applying for waivers, and there's a crisis of dates, and also there's confusion around the date, which we have been explaining, meaning the deadline. I also saw a news article saying the same thing about the confusion on the dates. What we know is that the deadline to apply for waivers is 31st December 2024. But we note that the directive speaks of 2 dates, which then brings confusion. But the official date for the expiry of the waiver application is 31st of December 2024. So again, Comrade Dumoluhle Ntuli is asking because he says that there are people that are now being given dates for next year. Can they submit? And such individuals, some of them who have been contacting us, is that will they be able to travel over festive season if you are told that you will submit for your waiver application in January or February, depending on the availability of dates? Yes, indeed, you can travel because you are not denied the right to travel. So you can pick up your passport, have proof that you have applied online, so that you will not have problems coming back, that you indeed applied, and you will have to submit in January. So as a ZEP holder, cannot be stopped from traveling this festive season. So if you are a ZEP holder, you need to travel. That is, if you're required to travel over the festive season. And then Comrade Dingani Ngumalo is asking why there are no booking dates in Rivonia, but it's they are available in Pretoria, but why not in Rivonia? What we must understand is that VFS might have designated certain offices for the purposes of ZEP applications. Those that are applying to move, ZEP holders who are applying to move to other visas, because it is not only Zimbabweans that are applying to renew their permits. There are other people that are applying for different permits or visas through VFS, and one would imagine that because considering the volumes of Zimbabweans that has holders of these special permits, so they might create, as they did in the past, particularly in Midrand, for the purposes of Zimbabweans and Lesotho nationals to apply there, so that you allow Rivonia to be used by other applicants from other nationalities. But we know that in Rivonia, ZEP holders also do submit. Yes, the dates might not be there, but because maybe it's because other nationals are also utilizing that office in Rivonia. Comrade Dingani Ngumalo. Comrade Kulumani Moyo is asking, just like many others that applied for a waiver, it is not yet out. Some applied in 2022, 2023. They are still waiting. We still believe what the minister said, that by December they will have cleared the backlog which he spoke about, which he says accumulated for over a period of 10 years or so, that once this backlog is cleared, then by January it will be back to normal in terms of processing the applications, which will not delay applicants, so that they receive their outcomes in a reasonable space of time. Comrade Busani Nkwalionkosi Mkhwananzi was asking when I'll be in Cape Town to do the live. The reason why we do live is to try and accommodate many people that are in different parts of the world, because a number of people in Europe, in the United States, do follow this YouTube channel. So this is why we're also saying that we want to resume these live shows on YouTube, so that many people can watch. We have people in Australia that are following. So I don't need Comrade Busani Nkwalionkosi Mkhwananzi to physically be in Cape Town to do live, but every time I do live, you then follow. Then finally, Comrade Mkhululi Ncube is asking about opening an email when you have been sent your waiver. We have said if you can't access your waiver outcome, you send them to send an email to VFS using their info email address, so that you get assisted. Otherwise, please like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you are on TikTok, please do follow us. Goodbye.